Hi YouTube, welcome to GTO Charts. Today we're diving into something I've never really looked at before, the all-in or fold format on GGPoker. I've seen it around, I know people play it, I know there's a jackpot involved, but honestly I have no clue what the strategy is supposed to be. How do you even approach the game where your only options are to shove or fold, and what kinds of hands should you be going all in with, what should you call with, and how much does the jackpot actually change things, if at all? I don't have the answers to all of that just yet, but that's the point of the video. I just want to break it down and trying to figure it out in real time. And to help me out, I'll be using PLO Genius, which actually has done something incredible for this format. It has successfully calculated all 1,755 possible all-in or fold flops, meaning we can dive deep into the exact probabilities and EV of every decision. So no guesswork, no vague strategy tips, just cold, hard data. So if you're curious about this format, or maybe you've played it a bit but never really thought too deeply about the strategy, this is going to be a journey we can take together. So we're going to go from total beginner to something at least resembling a game plan. Okay, let's get into it. So to kick things off, I'm going to start with a session I played yesterday. And I'll be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I was basically just clicking buttons, trying to feel out the game, but without any real strategy in mind. And that's perfect because now we can go back, break it down, and actually figure out what I should have been done using PLO Genius. So we'll look at my shoves, my calls, and see where I might have been punting without realizing it. There is one spot that's coming up at the beginning of this video that I'm pretty sure I butchered. But more importantly, we'll start to build a real framework for this all-in or fold strategy, something based on actual math, not just gut feeling. All right, so let's have a look at the session now. On your screen now is, as I said on the left, just a recording of a session I played for, I can't even remember how long. Oh, there we go, 29 minutes. That's enough to have a look at a few spots. And on the right, we, of course, have PLO Genius. Whether you're familiar with it or not is not that important at the moment. So if you are familiar with it, pretty much come in here and pick the format, PLO, full card, and AOF new, which I have picked. And then you can either study or train. We're just going to study certain spots. I will leave it like that for the moment, and I will kick things off over here. And I'll probably fast forward to when we get to some interesting spots and pause the video if I'm not really doing anything. Okay, so I'm just going to skip ahead and go to the interesting hands, or the hands I wasn't sure about, which is, I was going to say most of them, but not really. I mean, you do get a feel for hands you can just ditch straight away. It's quite obvious. And I guess the marginal ones are the ones where the decisions need to be made, and I would assume that's where the money's made, these marginal decisions. So in this instance, and we can see that our villain has shoved all in from the cutoff. I'm in the small blind. The board is King 7 suited with a Queen, and I have a Queen Jack suited but not suited to that. Okay, I've changed the color up a bit on this. Just went away and just to make that green a bit more, a bit brighter, so you can see it. Getting back to the hand, it seems like that the King and the 7 are suited. We need the Queen and the Jack to be the same suit, which it isn't, and otherwise it's a fold unless the Jack and the 9 are the same suit. And yeah, you need to have some double suits in there to call that, which makes sense. So hopefully, let's keep playing the hand. I fold, and I do. That is good to see. That's probably just a fold, one would think. Again, I'm just going to go forward and try and pick a marginal hand. Okay, so this one is a rainbow board, 2 Jack 10, and I'm on the button with Queen Queen 9 6. I'm looking at that. I have open-ended straight draw, over pair, and so I would think no other thing to do except shove all in, which I assume I did. And if we look here, all Queen Queen 9 6 combos go all in, even without. I was going to say a flush draw, but we have a backdoor flush draw with that. So it all has a wrap. Queen and the 9, and yeah, that's probably an easy one. So let's play it and see if we win the hand, which probably is neither here nor there. Those guys called with a much lower flush, much lower straight, and binks backdoor flush draw. So let's go back and see how much equity I had. Thing to note, obviously, is when all the money goes in, I have 73% equity against his 26, so I win. In theory, meaning I made the right play. He made a pretty bad play, but he wins. So, but I won't go into. If you play any sort of PLO, you just got to suck that up and keep going. So he wins, and let's find another hand. Okay, so this one I was tempted to call, but when I thought about it, it just was never going to be a call, and I folded. But it is Queen 10-4 rainbow, cut off, shoves all in, small blind calls, and I'm left with a decision. I have a queen. I'm going, well, I have a queen, but I don't have much more equity. No, not too much backdoor flush draw, anything like that. So it's probably a no-brainer flow. And if we look here, PLO Genius agrees that all Queen 8-7-2 combos are a fold. And we just go ahead and watch me fold. Isn't that rather exciting? And we would have been up against, obviously stronger hands. So what did that guy have? Interestingly, he just had a gut shot, and he's binked a straight on the river. This guy had a set, so he was crushing us. This guy wins. You know the drill. Okay, so this is not a hand I played, but I'm interested to have a look at it nevertheless. I might just skip back a wee bit. And I fold, obviously, with that. Now, the thing I'm interested in here is the mono flop. And this guy's going to shove all in after everyone folds. And I would think, unless you have a flush, it's pretty much a fold. However, sets probably a call, which works out to be the case. This guy has 8s, and his equity is 32%. And you would assume he's always got flushes, but I wouldn't assume anything in this game. And as you can see, PLO Genius pretty much says all combinations of Queen 10, 8-8 is a call. So maybe a blanket rule if you get shoved into on a flush, 3 to a flush, you don't have the flush, but you have a set, then it's a call. Well, that's from small blind, big blind, but possibly the same in other scenarios. How about we have a look? Okay, in this one, so the cutoff, I made it so the cutoff shoves all in, and the big blind, what should the big blind do in the same situation? The answer is call. And we're going to go back and go all in for, let's see if everyone calls. Button calls. See, that was interesting that back there was not a call, I think. And that small blind called, and you're in the big blind, and everything's quite different in that scenario. And well, okay, it's only telling you to call with the Queen 10, the flush, and forgetting about the set. Okay, so all your other sets fold. All right, very interesting. I have a lot to learn in this. So let's just do a couple more. Okay, this one's on me, meaning I'm playing this hand. That's going again. Is it going? It is now. So it's obviously a no-brainer, but I just wanted to see if that's ever a fold in any other situation, as in this scenario, we have, let's say again, everyone, we're in the big blind, everybody shoves, and we have a set on that board. So lean, call, call. What do we do? Yeah, never folding. So if we have sevens, we're never folding. Makes sense. Wonder if the board was a little higher. Let's just change that to, okay, so this one I've made the ace queen suited, the flop being ace queen 7. The ace queen suited, we've got sitting here pretty with our pocket sevens, and if it's a different outcome when that board's higher than that 2-6. So 2-6-7, we have pocket sevens. That seems like an easy call or shove. But what if everyone calls? All in, call, call. Yeah, it's still a no-brainer call, it looks like. Okay, one more for the road. Okay, this is another one I sort of didn't quite know what to do. So I had 7-6 and 4-2, which is obviously trash in a real game of PLO, but the board comes 7-6 queen, and so I have 2 pair, not top 2 pair, second top, and I just, let's see what I did first. I'm ready to go all in, and I look again and I go, okay, that seems like a good idea, which I don't think it was, but let's have a look. Guy has the same hand, and I end up throwing dead. Oh, sorry, not the same hand. He has a queen 7. So he had top 2. And if we look over here, I was on the button, and no action had happened beforehand. Oh, I have the 4-2 suited with the 7-6 not suited, and it seems like that should have been a fold. If 7-6 was suited, and it seems like a different story, depending on, that one's suited to the queen. So there's a whole lot going on there, but I think that one's a fold. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up, but first I am going to make that bigger and just show you what else you could do in PLO Genius. So obviously we've gone through the study mode, and you can check out whether the action you took was correct or not. But we can also go into the train mode just by clicking there, and it will emulate whatever board we have here. And you can practice that scenario, and you can configure it to be, you in a different position and things like that. But let's just play a couple of boards here and see what happens. I would, I think that's a fold, which was correct. Over here you see the 1 out of 1. And the next one we have 2 pair. This looks similar, but this time we have a open ender, so that's an all in for me. Like 2 out of 2. I just keep going till I get one wrong, which who knows when. That looks like a fold. So this is playing me on the button. 3 out of 3. Jacks, jacks, and there's a queen there. Like, the dilemma for me here is a lot of dilemmas. I'm going to go all in, but I think it's a fold just to see if I get the fold. Actually, no, I'm going to fold. And it was correct. And queen 7-6. We got top to rip it in. And 7-6. We got king 10, back door. Okay, so I messed that one up. That apparently is an all in. And then we can go off and go, why is that an all in? Actually, I think I'm going to wrap it up. That's enough for today's deep dive into all in or fold. I definitely started out clueless, but with PLO Genius, crunched a few numbers, sort of getting the general idea of it. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit subscribe, and if you want to explore spots like this yourself, check out PLO Genius. Free trial in the link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.